Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Mission Empowered podcast with me, your host, Emily. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. So, this podcast episode is going to be all about different types of workouts. Okay, so the title of, the best type of workout for fat loss, I wanted to put that out there is because this is like the most asked question when it comes to workouts. When I speak to people in the DMs and I speak to my clients, they all like, well, what should I be doing for fat loss? Like, what's the best type of workout? So the bottom line is there is and there isn't. Okay, there are better workouts to do if you're on a fat loss goal than others, and obviously we're going to break them down now. But the bottom line is when it comes to that mindset of what's the best type of workout for fat loss, generally the people who are asking that question don't understand that the best thing for fat loss is diet, and that they think there is some sort of magical workout that is going to trump the diet side of things. So this is the first thing that you need to get your head around, right? Is that when where are we? 1 minute in, I'm straight into this. Normally I'd wrap it on, don't I, for 5 minutes? But anyway, let's go. So when it comes to fat loss, you have to get your mindset in that food is everything, or like 80% of it. Okay, everything else around that, like our steps, our sleep, our stress, our workouts, they will push your fat loss results further. But if you don't have that food in place, that calorie deficit, hitting that protein, getting them veggies in, if you don't have that in place, doing all them bits and bobs, they require, a lot more effort for very little return. So this is where, again, people, when they say, I want to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym, that takes a lot of effort. If you're not a regular gym goer and it's not part of your lifestyle, showing up to a class 5-6 times a week, or dragging your butt to the gym 5-6 times a week, feeling like you're killing yourself in the gym, to then not get any return on that. That's why people quit, because they feel like, oh God, I'm putting in so much effort and getting very little return. So before we even talk about workouts, you have to have that food in place for fat loss. Okay, you have to. And then the workouts, your step count and all of that can help nudge your results along. So let's just assume you're sitting there and you're going, I'm in a calorie deficit, I'm eating my protein, I want to know about the best workouts that I'm doing to push these results along. Okay, so I've split different types of workouts up. So we're going to talk quickly about weight training. Then we're going to talk about different types of cardio workouts that we can do. And then we've got our yoga, Pilates thing. And we'll talk about the benefits of each of them and how, because like I said, there is better workouts for fat loss. There is no best workout singular for fat loss, okay? I would probably say, above all else, the best workout that you can do for fat loss is the one that you enjoy and that you're going to stick to, because otherwise, even if I tell you this here is the best workout you can ever do for fat loss and you hate it, you're never going to keep doing it. Therefore, you're never going to achieve them fat loss results. So first and foremost, you need to be enjoying the type of workout you are doing, okay? Doesn't mean you're going to go into every session excited, you're going to enjoy every part of every session, because again, that's not really true. There are definitely times that I get up to go to the gym and I am like, I don't want to go, I hate this. For me, my pull day, so when I do my deadlifts, I'm like, oh, it's such a lot of effort to do, but I know how great I feel afterwards. So I do always get it done, and when I'm there, it's never as bad as the thought of how bad it's going to be. So first and foremost, the workouts that you enjoy are the best ones for fat loss, because they're the ones that you'll stick to. Okay. But when we break it down, let's start then. For me, what I would say is one of the best types of training workout for fat loss. You've probably guessed it already because I've done lots of episodes on this, but it's weight training. Okay. And there is a whole podcast episode on weight training. It's called Weight Training 101. And I really delve into like reps, sets, rest, everything on that. What we're going to talk about now is just the benefits that we get from weight training. Okay. So the benefits are not just it helps with fat loss. Okay. Weight training, and I have got my notes, even though I know this off the top of my head, I just like to have notes in case I'm missing. So we've got weight training doesn't just help your physique, it also helps your heart health. Okay. So even when we're weight training, your heart rate is going up. Okay. You are going to be getting breathless if you are training with the correct intensity. So again, if you listen to many episodes that I've said before, I think I've got a whole podcast episode called The One Thing You're Missing. with your training, and that is about what training intensity looks like. So if you haven't listened to that, go and have a little listen to that. But yeah, when you are training with intensity, with weight training, your heart rate is still going up. You are still getting breathless. Therefore, you are still working your heart and lungs. So it's really good for our cardiovascular system. It gives us stronger bones. So again, specifically as women, we are at increased risk of osteoporosis as we get older. Okay, so the degeneration of our bones, doing weight training helps increase your bone density, so can decrease the risk of us getting osteoporosis as we get older. And it's crazy because I feel like the younger generation are so much more into weight training than the older generation. And when I talk about older generation, I'm talking about us guys, the 30, 35 plus. So the 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds, we, I think, are more predispositioned to go to the yoga, to go to the Pilates, the slow pace ones, and think, oh, I don't want to do weight training. We are the ones that need the weight training, because as we get into our 30s, 40s, 50s, this is where the risk of osteoporosis actually increases. And this is due to the fact through the hormonal changes that we go through the hormonal changes that we go through. Okay, this is what increases our risk of osteoporosis. So if we can do everything we can to reverse that, now there is no too late time to start. So it's great and again, I love seeing the younger generation, the girls in their teens, in their 20s, doing the weight training, because the more muscle mass that we can get while we're younger, that's going to stick with us as we get older. So the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is today. I love that saying. Okay, you are never too late to start reaping the benefits. So stronger bones, heart health, helps boost our mood and improve our self-confidence. So the reason I talk about this one, because this is proven time and time again with my clients. I will get messages that say, I just deadlifted my own body weight. I'm so proud of myself. How strong am I? Like that, even if you don't realize, but that subconsciously is going into you with being proud. And when we are proud of ourselves, we feel more self-confident in our bodies and our body's abilities. Because I did a podcast with my friend who's also a coach, Laura, and that whole podcast episode was about being proud of what your body can do, not just what it looks like. And this again is how weight training comes into it, is that when you are doing weight training and you are seeing your strength go up, like you do start to become more proud of yourself and more self-confident that way. So if we can build internal self-confidence, we feel more self-confident on the outside anyway. So boosting our mood, improving self-confidence. Let's talk about the fat loss side of things then. So with strength training, how this absolutely helps with fat loss is that when we have leaner muscle, so when we do strength training, our body builds leaner muscle, which is again how we get that toned look, okay? But from a fat loss side, when we have leaner muscle, this increases our metabolic rate. So remember, your metabolism, your metabolic rate is the rate that your body is how efficient your body is of burning calories. Okay, so the more muscle mass we have, the more efficient your body is at burning calories. So if you have ever seen, because I know I've seen bloody loads of them, but the girls on Instagram, the women on Instagram that are really toned, look really strong, and they're saying, I eat 3,000 calories a day. And you are thinking, I am eating fuck all. And how is she eating more than me? And we're in this position. I've got fat to lose and she's ripped. Okay. 2 reasons. One, she will be training with intent. As I was saying, she will be doing weight training. She will be putting effort in. But the second reason is she's got a lot of muscle mass. And with a lot of muscle mass, we have the ability then to eat more calories, because we are burning them off when we're at rest, not just in the gym. Okay, so it's a combination. Weight training for me, and if anyone is listening to this and you're about to embark on your Fit in 6 journey, you will get this a lot from me. It's the priority. So in the Fit in 6, we give you weight training and cardio. Well, with all my clients, they get weight training, they get cardio. If there's ever a week where they're like, I can't get all my sessions in, my advice is always get your weight training ticked off, because again, from fat loss, the benefits are just mega. Okay, fat loss, bone strength, increase in metabolic rate, self-confidence, like it just has so many wins with it. And like I said, so with fat loss, it increases our metabolic rate because we're building that lean muscle, but also you then tend to burn a lot more calories after, because your body takes more energy to recover from weight training than it does to cardio. Okay, so when we're doing weight training, the process that we get that toned look is a breakdown and repair of your muscles. That takes a lot of calories to do. Okay, if you're training with intent, if you're training correctly, if you're pushing yourself hard, when you finish that workout, your body goes into like a second workout, because your body is then like, right, well, we need more calories to go and repair it. We've done the breakdown in the session. We've now got to repair it. We need to get them calories. Like, girls, weight training for fat loss is absolutely no brainer. And we need to come away from this 60s, 70s, 80s mindset of where it was aerobics, fucking spin. Oh, yeah. The saddest thing for me, I don't get cross at it, because I genuinely feel like if people don't know this, that's why they're doing loads of cardio. But the saddest thing for me is, I speak to a lot of people before they work with me, and I say, what are you doing? And they say, I go HIIT, I go on the treadmill, I go spinning 5 times a week. Why is it not, and I feel like I'm putting all this effort in. And I'm like, oh, you're putting so much effort into the wrong thing. Okay. So we're going to talk about cardio, but yeah, in a nutshell, weight training, obviously, we're getting stronger. The biggest things, stronger, is not the biggest things, they're all big things. Increases heart health, increases self-confidence, increases metabolic rate, gives you that tone look, you're burning calories after, decreases the risk of osteoporosis. There was one more actually I forgot to mention. So helps balance your blood sugars. Okay, so when we eat food, we've probably all seen the glucose goddess bang on about it. It is absolutely natural, right, for your body to have blood sugar spikes up and down. Okay, the problem that we have in our world, our Western world, shall we say, is that processed food causes higher than what we want blood glucose spikes. Okay, so processed sugars, refined carbs, all your stuff like that. When you have got more muscle mass, when you're weight training, this helps balance your blood sugars. Okay, so all of them effects of like that spike and that crash, them energy spikes, that energy crash, your weight training can help stabilize all of that as well. And when we have got a lower, when we're not having as many as these spikes, your body is then more efficient at burning fat as well. What happens is, when your body goes through these blood glucose spikes, up, down, your body is more concerned about dealing with the sugar in your blood, than it is the fat burning. So that's why a lot of people, if you're not aware, are wearing if you ever see anyone with a little patch on that hasn't got diabetes, I mean, people will be monitoring their blood glucose to see what these spikes are doing, because actually we want to not have loads of spikes. We have to have some spikes, because every time we eat food, you have to spike. But the problem that we've got is that these spikes are happening more frequently. Yeah, God, I really went off on a whim then about blood glucose. I really didn't want to do that. But yeah, so weight training helps manage these blood glucose spikes, which in turn, amongst hundreds of other things, will help your body stay with fat burn and with fat loss. Okay, let's just leave that one there. I feel like that was a bit of a science lesson. Let me know. Okay, next one we're going to talk about. So we're going to go into cardio now. So cardio. The first thing we're going to talk about is steady state cardio. So steady state cardio, what is this? This is where we are doing a cardio session that is, around about a 5 to 6.5 effort level out of 10. Okay. It is not where you are feeling super breathless, you can't talk, you feel like, oh God, I've got to, really dig deep to get through this. Okay. It's longer sessions of cardio that you think, actually, I could do this for an hour, and yeah, I'll be tired by the end of it, but I'm not going to be like exhausted compared to like, a HIIT training or a circuit training, which we're going to get onto in a minute. So the benefits of this are improves our heart and lungs, okay, helps our heart and lung health. It's a lower stressor on the body. So if you are in a high stress job or just high stress life or a high stress functioning person, HIIT training may not be the best for you, because actually HIIT increases our stress levels. all exercise is a stressor. Okay, that's how we reap the benefits from it. Is we stress, we get stressed from it. We then become resilient to that stress, and then we get higher. Okay, no. We get higher. What the fuck, right? Sorry, guys. Exercise, how it is a stressor. I'm just going to rephrase all of that. Is that it is a stress on your body. Your body then learns to cope at that level. So then our tolerance level becomes higher, and that is how we constantly improve with exercise. I hope that lands better. Okay, let's just put it into context a little bit. You run 1 kilometer on the treadmill. Okay, you feel like you're dying afterwards, but you do not give up. And the following week, you run that 1 kilometer again, and you feel like you're less dying. Okay, and it is because your body is learning to tolerate that stressor, and it is improving. So then the following week, you go and you do 2K, and you're like, oh, I'm actually not as dying as much as I was the first week. That is how exercise works. Okay, it is a stressor, but it's a good stressor. Caveat: HIIT training, extreme. Okay, why am I going on to HIIT training? I'm still on steady state. I'm just going to explain it. So if you are really stressed and you go and put a high amount of stress where you're rocked in your heart rate, dropping back down, rocked in, that may not be the best, most effective type of workout for you to do if you're already high stress, compared to steady state cardio, which you're not pushing your body to that 8, 9, 10 out of 10 effort level. You're keeping it around 5 or 6. That might be the more beneficial cardio exercise for you to do. Okay, so steady state cardio, less of a stressor on our body. Okay, you can also be really social with steady state cardio. So whether it might be, a bike ride, it might be a cross training session, it might be a light jog. You can normally do all these things while you're talking to a friend, or maybe you'll meet a friend to go and do it with. So you can make these quite social, whereas compared to, as I was just saying with the HIIT, you can't really go to a circuit class and catch up with your mates, or you shouldn't be. We'll get onto that in a second. Well, let's just wrap up steady state. So good for heart and lungs, lower stress on the body. It can make it social. And then how we relate steady state for being good for fat loss is because it's steady state. Your body doesn't go into that necessarily, I've done a massive workout, I need a massive energy intake to help me recover from it. Okay. And we're going to talk about this HIIT. This is all relating to the next part. So how steady state is better for fat loss is that you're not feeling like your energy intake needs to be higher after, which obviously we don't want with fat loss. In fat loss, we're in a calorie deficit. We want to be managing our hunger levels as much as we can be. Okay. So if we now jump into HIIT, I'm going to touch on some of the stuff I've already talked from a different point of view. So what is HIIT training? High intensity interval training. This means you are working maximal effort for a very short period of time, 20, 30 seconds max, and then you will recover. The problem that we have with HIIT is that people don't push themselves that much. So they say, I am doing HIIT training, but actually we're more doing sort of like just interval training, which again has similar effects, but proper HIIT is where you are going balls out. Like after 20 seconds, you need that minute recovery. You really do need to recover. That is like true HIIT. Interval training, a little bit less. That's where you're going up to about an 8 out of 10, not 7, an 8 out of 10 effort level. So you're still working pretty hard, and then you have a little recover out of it. Okay, but so we're going to use these interchangeably. So benefits of doing this style of training: really good for your heart and lungs. Obviously, you're really pushing yourself. It's short, so it's doable. So if you are busy and you've got this busy life and you can only fit in a 20-minute workout, you might, the benefit of doing a HIIT training is that you're getting more accomplished in that time. You are feeling more accomplished because you're working so hard in that short periods of time. When we have another benefit, is in improves mental resilience. Okay, HIIT training's hard, circuit training's hard. You have to really push yourself to that brink of, oh my god, I'm really, really tired, and then you recover. So it's really good to improve your mental resilience, to show yourself that you can do hard things. So can you see how I'm not dissing any of these workouts, by the way? This one, want to be really clear. I'm going through the positives. There's positives to all of them. and then I'm going to relate them to fat loss. So improves mental resilience, helps regulate your blood sugar as well. Because you're using these bursts of energy, your body has to tap into its energy stores quicker. Okay, then that sugar that's been in your bloodstream, that's gone into your muscles, that's stored there for 48 hours, that's being used. So it helps regulate your blood sugar, improves mental resilience, heart and lungs, and you get a big high after. So again, you will probably get a bigger high after doing HIIT training than you would do weight training, which is why after a spin class compared to a weight session, you are normally like, woo, buzzing. Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I am not saying there is anything wrong with that. I think that's great because that's really good for your mental health and it helps you enjoy exercise. But let's tie it into fat loss. Okay. So the cardio, the HIIT workout style cardio for fat loss. God, my words are just terrible today. Sorry. The HIIT style cardio workouts for fat loss. The biggest thing that I would say that is a downfall for fat loss is the hunger that you will get after. Okay, because it's so intense. And I'm just going to touch on what I just said about your blood sugar. So your body will store blood sugars in your muscles. They are all getting used quite quickly in HIIT training. So your body will then signal, we've used all our blood sugar, we've used all our energy, hungry, eat anything, go, go, go. You do not really get that with weight training and steady state cardio, okay? So it's not that this type of workout is better or worse for fat loss, but the side effect can make your actions better or worse for fat loss. So if you think actually after a weight training session, you're not insatiably starving after like 20 minutes, you probably have got your food planned in, you can go and eat it and then get crack on with your day. After HIIT training, circuit training, after about 20-30 minutes, you will, if you don't eat, if you haven't got anything planned in or you don't eat quite quickly after, you will feel insatiably hungry. If you've worked in that HIIT range, properly, you will feel insatiably hungry. Now, when that insatiable hunger hits, it is very hard to make good choices, and that is not a you problem, it's not a discipline problem. That is your body's fight or flight mode saying you need to eat now, and it sends you this wave of like feeling starving, feeling maybe a little bit shaky. Your blood sugar levels have dropped, so what do you reach for? You don't reach for a fucking tuna salad, you reach for a Mars bar, you reach for the bread, the cereal, okay? And that is where it can really hinder your fat loss result, because you then don't make a best choice for fat loss. Hopefully you're with me on this one. Okay. Right, so that's HIIT training explained. I'm going to go on to the next one now. In terms of calories burned, no, we're just going to say that. In terms of calories burned, right? Weight training, as I said, you will burn calories after. All of the other workouts, the cardio, steady state, and the HIIT workouts, you'll still burn calories after. Like, you absolutely will, but you will probably burn the most calories. And I have to say probably because every single person's different and it does come into how hard you're working, okay? You will probably burn the most calories recovering from a good weight session than you would any of them other sessions. Okay, so again, it's why weight training gets another vote for me for the good workouts to do for fat loss. But if you enjoy HIIT training and spinning, okay, here's something, and all of that style, here's something you have to remember, okay? It is not bad for you. We've just been through the benefits of it being really good for your heart and lungs, great for your mental resilience, great for your mood, okay? Regulates blood sugar, amazing. What you have to remember is your fat loss progress and results are probably not going to be as good if you just keep doing all of them workouts compared to weight training. But if you then say, well, I'm not going to do any of that anymore and I'm just going to do weight training, and then you hate weight training, so you put little effort in, you drop sessions out, then you just give up altogether, you are best sticking doing your HIIT workout, doing your spin, because you are being consistent with it, okay? This is the point I wanted to make. Before we get into like the yoga Pilates and the benefits of that side of things, I just want to touch on fat burning workouts, okay? Fat burning zone. Because this is really, really prominent on social media and even some coaches. And when people say it, I am like, it is showing me how uneducated that person is as a coach, because yes, you have workouts that will absolutely tap into your body's fat stores more than anything else, okay? But here is the thing that you don't need to worry about, okay? Fat loss is calorie deficit. It's not whether you do fat burning or not, okay? It's fat burning workouts. It's a calorie deficit, which we know we get from food, okay? You are going to burn calories in a workout, but not enough really. Well, not enough compared to being in a calorie deficit of food, so don't stress about how many calories you've burned, okay? It doesn't fucking matter. I'm 36. I've been training for 20 years now. I have never had a calorie burning watch. I don't care, okay? I've got in sick shape plenty of times, photo shoot shape, ready. Never looked at the calories on the watch. You don't need to worry about it, okay? Because when you do a fat burning workout and your body taps into its fat stores and it's burning all them calories, that's fine. Great. But then after, your body goes into its carb stores and starts burning fat from your carbohydrate resources. Okay? Now, that's what happens if you do a fat burning workout and you use up your fat storage, your energy, your readily available energy from your fat stores. Your body will then use carb sources after that workout for the rest of the day. Flip that on its head. If you do a workout that is, for example, high intensity, which would use your carbohydrate sources and not be fat burning, that's also fine, because once your body's depleted its carbohydrate energy in the workout, it then goes into fat burning for the rest of the day, fat storage for the rest of the day. Hopefully that made sense. So if you do a fat burning workout, the bottom line is it doesn't fucking matter. It's not going to affect your fat loss results, because fat loss results first and foremost are calorie deficit. And then secondly, if you do a fat burning workout, your body uses carb sources for the rest of the day. If you do a carb utilizing workout, it will use your fat storage for the rest of the day. It really makes no odds. So when people say do this fat burning workout, they are correct. It is going to go into your fat stores. But what they're not telling you is that it doesn't matter. So don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Okay, the benefits that we've gone through so a fat burning workout, guys, is working about 65 to 70% of your maximum heart rate, okay? That would come under steady state, okay? But did you notice in steady state, I didn't mention this is really good for fat loss because you're in the fat burning zone? It's because it's not. The reason steady state is good for fat loss is because it's less stress on your body and you don't get that insatiable hunger afterwards. So it's actually affecting the habits around fat loss, not your actual fat loss results. So fat burning workouts, you do not need to worry about, okay? Last little bit then. So we've gone through weight training, we've gone through steady state cardio, we've gone through HIIT, and just before, final point on them three things, before we talk about yoga and Pilates, is they're all good. The bottom line is do the one that you enjoy, that you're going to stick to, okay? I personally would recommend that we should all be weight training. That is something I am, really passionate about, not just for fat loss, but because of the benefit that there's so many benefits around it. Strengthening our heart, our lungs, our bones, mental resilience, self-confidence, our posture, reduce risk of injury. For me, it just is massive, So if you are only maybe doing cardio at the moment, I probably would recommend to add in some weight training. Don't swap it out, but maybe decrease the cardio and add in some weight training, okay? If you are a high stress person and you're doing loads of HIIT training, maybe now you can go and change into some steady state, okay? And do it for longer. It's going to be up to you. It's going to be your lifestyle and how it fits in, but now you have the knowledge to go and implement it. Right, let's finish then with yoga and Pilates. So I just put yoga and Pilates, even though I know there's loads of other stuff like bar, yoga lattes, loads out there, isn't there? But you get my drift. We're now talking about the slow pace classes. Your heart rate isn't that high in them. How do these relate to fat loss? Okay, well, the benefits away from fat loss, obviously, they improve your flexibility, they improve your posture, they improve your breathing. So breathing is something that we do not talk about enough of, like our breathing capacity. Oh, obviously I'm very ill. That was such a snotty breath, so we won't be doing that again. But filling our lungs to their full capacity, a lot of us are very shallow breathers. So when we do these types of classes, it can help you improve your breathing mechanics, which can, again, just help our health in abundance, okay? They lower our stress levels, Okay, we have to switch off from the world when we're doing these. They are concentration, they improve our body awareness. Okay, they improve, if you've ever done a yoga and they say, you're lying on the mat and they say just bring awareness to your toes. Like, how often do we do that? We don't. So bringing body awareness, lowering our stress levels, improving our posture, improving our breath, improving flexibility, improving suppleness. Now we know excuse me, as we get older, we decrease in flexibility, which then increases our risk of falls and injuries, okay? Age-related injuries, age-related diseases. By doing yoga, by doing Pilates, these types of classes actually reduces the risk of them as well. So super, super positive. They help improve our body strength, okay? Our ability to do a push-up, to do a squat, to do a press-up, to do a plank, to pick things up off the floor without going, oh, my back, oh, my hips, yeah? They improve our quality of life. They really do. Our daily activities improve by doing these types of classes. So they also, let's talk about how it helps with fat loss. So they improve our sleep, okay? They bring our stress down, they improve our sleep. Now, we know that studies have showed us the people who the majority of people in the obesity range, high stress, low sleep, low quality sleep. Okay, we know that. That's fact. People who have higher stress in their lives tend to eat a higher processed diet and move less. People who have less sleep quality tend to choose a higher processed diet and move less. Okay, so if we can combat having more improved sleep, good quality sleep, deeper sleep, better sleep routine, we can bring our stress levels down. So we have more brain space, more focus, more concentration to choose the better options, to not feel in that fight or flight mode all of the time. That is going to bring us better fat loss results. Okay. So yoga Pilates might not be the biggest calorie burner, but as we've established, calorie burning workouts don't really matter as much as your food. Okay, so if we can incorporate, maybe we drop, say at the moment you're doing 5 cardio sessions a week in terms of classes or running or whatever, then maybe you go to 2 cardio, 2 weights, 1 yoga Pilates. You've nailed it. You have nailed it. Yeah, because you are covering all bases. You can even do, when we talk about workouts, like, again, think about this now of how you build your workout. So you could do weights followed by short cardio, so maybe 30 minutes weights, 15 minutes cardio, and then 10 minutes mobility at the end. Or maybe you do a bit of yoga, a bit of Pilates before you bed. I'm saying yoga Pilates, but it can literally be stretching, flexibility, focusing on breath. Okay, that type. It's still working out, it's still moving your body, it's still going to have a positive impact for you. So that's it. That's our episode in a nutshell. Let's do a little summary. We've covered the benefits of weight training, the benefits of fat loss of weight training, the benefits of steady state cardio, the benefits of fat loss, the benefits of HIIT style cardio, circuit training, and not the not so benefits of that for fat loss. And then we've got yoga and Pilates, and the benefits of life and fat loss. So yeah, I feel like I just need to, I don't know if I've made this super clear. I am not telling you there is a right and wrong workout, and wouldn't it be lovely if I did? Okay. I want to just show you like the benefits of different types of workouts and what they can do, because I feel like we're so zoned into like one type of workout, cardio, HIIT training. We think that's a be all and end all, and it's not. Yes, we know it's good for you. And again, the biggest thing for us now is the way we live our lives is probably time. But I would highly recommend that you do incorporate that with some of the other workouts that we've looked in. I'm not telling you to do certain one, not to do a certain one, but I hope this has opened your eyes to maybe introducing some types of workout to you for your results and for your health as well. Right, I'm going to stop rambling now because I feel like I just talked myself into different conversations, and my mum has got the baby and she's just put the nursery rhymes on, so I'll be honest, it's throwing my thought process. Hope you enjoyed that podcast. If you did, drop me a message, let me know if it's helpful. I feel like this could open up a bit of a conversation, so if you do have any questions on the workouts and stuff that I've mentioned, please do let me know. All right guys, have a great day and I will see you next time. Love you, bye.